Right, still to come, it's the last bank holiday before Christmas. Sounds depressing, doesn't it?
It really does.
So, of course, it's time to spend time with your family and friends. Marcus Bean is going to be whipping up the first part of a three-course feast just after the break.
Welcome back. Still to come this morning, we're making the perfect three-course bank holiday family meal.
But first, like most 15-year-olds, Christina Bootle had never thought about cosmetic surgery at the age of 15. That was until she went on a holiday and had a £10 caricature of herself drawn by a street artist. Now, she says that that moment changed her life forever and has spent the past 15 years and a whopping £130,000 trying to look like that painting. Hi, Christina.
Hello. Goodness
nice to see
me.
you.
Well, that is a big amount of money, isn't it? First of all, I just want to quickly, before we chat, I'm going to go for a little breakdown here. So I say you, 5 boob jobs at £23,600, lip injections at £3,000, Botox at £4,200, eyebrow, eyeliner and lip liner tattoos at £1,400, heart-shaped nipple tattoos at £100, sunbeds at £36,000, hair extensions, don't say anything, Marvin Humes, at £48,000, lash extensions at £12,000, teeth whitening at £5,600. That is a lot of money, isn't it?
It sounds a lot when you put it that way.
Yes, it does.
It can sort of guilt me when you put it that way, but at the time and over the years you don't notice how much it is.
Well, don't feel guilty. You know, this is what you choose to spend your money on. Don't feel guilty about it. I want to talk to you about so the caricature.
Yeah.
So that got drawn. You were on holiday when you were 15.
Yeah, it was just something to do really. They were it's just as they do on the street, and you walk down and what should we do? And you were there doing these caricatures, and let's have one.
Yeah, I've had one on holiday. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just something to pass time really. And my friend had one, and hers was sort of funny, and we laughed at it and that sort of thing.
What was your immediate reaction after it was drawn?
I loved it. I thought, I mean, it didn't. I don't know what he saw because he must have had like I don't know what sort of mind he had, but I wasn't dressed like that.
Right.
And I just loved it. I loved the sort of look of it and everything.
What was it that you liked about it?
Because it was sort of it's going back to the old school of like Jessica Rabbit and that sort of thing. It was the cartoon and the over-the-topness, the massive boobs, big eyelashes, and the sort of the fakeness of it.
Well, I am trying. I know you are trying. Well, I hope you're trying hard to keep my eye line to your eyes.
Yeah, my eye contact's staying up.
Stop looking. I mean, you know, great, but I have to keep checking my eye line. But don't you think a caricature is just like an exaggerated version of yourself? Because I've had one before on holiday, and they do. You know, they intend to make you look, you know, like a full-on version of you, right?
They do, yeah, and that's it, and that's what I've constantly is chasing that dream, I guess, or that idea, whether it works or not in the end. But while you're chasing it, it's there. It's a goal to go for, and that's what it's always been, really.
Can we have a look at what you looked like before all of your surgery?
Oh God, we got a picture of that. Let's see. We're just getting a picture up now. I'm interested to see, because obviously I only have this image of you in my head. See, completely different. Well, hair's blonde for a start, so that makes a difference.
So when you started to emulate the caricature, what was the first sort of procedures that you had done?
Obviously, because I was so young, with a bit of the lack of knowledge, lack of funding at that age and everything, it just started off with extra makeup and hair dyes and sort of, as you do, experiment when you're younger, but it started off in that way. And then, obviously, the sunbeds, and it crept in until it ended up with the surgery a few years later, as soon as I could, really.
Have you ever considered that you might be addicted to, you know, all of this, you know, lavish surgery? You are, yeah, you think you are?
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you afford it? Because that's is it £60,000 on hair extensions? That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink, I don't smoke, there's nothing. This is my hobby, or should I say, you know, it's my thing I do. To me, my look or my hair or anything like that, it is my sort of treats, I guess.
Do you in your head, is there a point where you think, OK, this is where I'm stopping, or do you think I'm going to keep
You have stopped now, right? You're not doing anything else?
No, she's not stopped. I was talking to her before the break.
Really?
She said that we're getting...
Bigger boobs.
Bigger? Okay.
Don't come back on then if Marvin's on, because he definitely won't be able to hold his eye line. So you don't... And what, do you think you're going to... Is there a size breast-wise? I'm really being careful of how I relate this, that you want to get to, or are you just going to keep going until you see what you want to see?
Yeah. Keep going and seeing, because I always think next one's the next one, but then I see somebody else or something, and it's always evolving. There's always more and more different surgeries, different types of implants, different things happening. So it's always changing as the years have gone on. So
Are you not a little fearful, because there's always something that you might read about? Oh, you can get this done now, or you can try this, or you can, you know, different things that you can maybe see to have done. Are you not a little bit fearful of like the newer surgeries, or?
no, not at all. I'd try it. I'd be the first one to try it.
She has no fear at all.
No fear.
What do your friends and family think of what you've had done?
They just know it's me, because I've more or less always been like that, from changing sort of overnight from tomboy into liking this sort of thing. So it's just normal to my mum and everything. She's the only one I'm close to, obviously apart from David. So they're the ones that know me. So it's just, to me, I'm them. I'm just normal.
Well, I think this has got everyone talking at home. Rylan, you're in the hub.
Yeah, it's got a lot of you talking at home, as expected. We have found some great comments, though. There's been some negative ones, though, babe. Regan says, I wish that people were just happy with the way that they looked. People should know that they should and can be happy with the skin that they were born in. However, Kurt says people are entitled to look however they want. And if they're not happy and they're out of shell, they can do what they like. It's Christina's life and it's her money. Who are we to judge? And Chloe echoes that, not against surgery. If someone wants it to make them happy or improve their lives, then people shouldn't judge them for it. I think you look great, babe. Good luck to you. But Rochelle and Marv, we were wondering what you'd look like, sort of as caricatures, and you look really well. Let's take a quick look.
Oh, my
don't you look
word.
well? Oh,
Lovely.
Rochelle. Oh, I think I'm on the 10.
I don't. Oh my goodness! I'm not sure I'll be trying to make myself look like that anytime soon.
Well, listen, Christina, thank you so much for coming in today.
And you're
Best
clearly
of luck.
very happy, so we wish you all of the best of luck. Thank you.
Christina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A little later on, we're having a cosmetic surgery open clinic. Are you thinking of having cosmetic surgery, or do you want advice? Or have you undergone cosmetic surgery that's gone wrong and you want to know how to fix it? Maybe there's a part of you that would like to change something but don't know where to start. Well, cosmetic surgeon Alex Caridas is here to answer any questions you might have.
Yeah, you can call us on 08000 30 40 44. Calls are free from BT landlines, though some calls from other mobiles and networks may charge. You can also email us at itv@itv.com. Sorry, this morning at itv.com. You've got to be 18 or over, and we need to hear from you by 11:15, so don't delay. Call now. We're in the kitchen with Marcus Bean next, but first it's competition time, and here's Gemma.
Oh, I hope you're in a good mood, because this weekend is the last bank holiday, this August bank holiday. Can you believe it?
Scary. It's the perfect time to enjoy your time off with family, friends and food, of course. We've got Marcus Bean is here now to show us how to make a bank holiday 3-course dinner. Marcus, how you doing?
Very well, thank you, yeah. So we're going to do a starter, first of all.
Yes.
OK. So I wanted to do something a little bit different, and then we've got some beer tasting later, so maybe soak a little bit of the beer up. So we're going to do some gnocchi, OK?
My favourite.
So first things we're going to do, we're going to serve it with a soup, which I've got with some peas. So basically, I've just sautéed a little bit of onion and some potatoes in here. Now, I put potatoes in just because it's not going to be very thick, and we want to thicken that soup up, because the peas and the watercress be quite light. So what we do is put our peas in here with our sautéed potatoes and onions, and then we've got some veg stock on here just warmed through, and then our watercress.
Do you have to cook the potatoes before, or they just go in raw like?
They can go in raw, and then you just toast them off, basically. So
Okay.
you're just cooking them through, but they're in
Lovely.
small cubes, so they'll cook quite nicely.
Okay.
And then, have you made gnocchi before?
I've never made gnocchi.
never
I
made
eat it, but I've never made
Good.
it.
Well, it's actually quite easy to make, and the great thing about it is it's just potato. So literally, the potato is the main ingredient, and then we have flour to bind it to create
Yeah.
dough.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can put any flavours you want in. So we've got lots of different varieties of stuff. So the first thing we're going to do, basically, I've just roasted some potatoes off in the oven dry. Take them out, scoop them out, and put them through a sieve or a ricer to get all the lumps out, basically.
But it'd be a good one to do if you'd cooked a roast dinner and you had some roasties left.
Yes,
you
can scoop some of those out. Yeah, that's exactly right. And I just got a little bit of basil, and I'm just chopping this basil quite finely.
Love that smell.
And with basil, you just got to be a little bit careful you don't bruise it too much. So just gently chop it. Yeah, into
Okay.
little
Really? You can
strips like
bruise
that.
leaves?
Yeah.
Wow.
With that, and actually, if you put this in the fridge, it'll go black. So don't ever put your basil in the fridge.
Oh
Always
my
leave it out.
goodness, that is
And if you do
why
look,
I'm going
if I go-
wrong.
You can see how much it's bruising. Yeah.
Okay.
So don't ever chop your basil really finely on top.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's a little tip for you.
Thank you.
All these recipes are online anyway, so they can take a look if we're going to follow them through. So we're going to season the potato, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we've got some basil going in here as well for the flavouring. But you could put anything if you don't like basil.
Right.
You could put some chives in, anything like that. And then a couple of different ingredients. So we want to try and lighten it up. So we're going to do an egg yolk.
Yeah. What does the egg yolk do?
That's going to basically just lighten it up and bind it together. We've got some cream cheese, again, to lighten it up, because you don't want it to be too sort of dense, doughy, which sometimes with gnocchi you can get it.
Yes.
So we've got that, and then I'm going to put some parmesan in, which is going to add some more flavour.
Yes.
Lots of parmesan, my favourite things. Okay. And then literally just stirring this all together and binding it through.
Okay.
What I'm going to do, we've actually got some that I've already done, but we'll sort of toast. So, Marvin, if you can just pop a couple of those in the pan. I've warmed that pan up there.
Okay.
What we're going to do is, just so we're going a stage ahead of ourselves, so we've basically got all this mixed in.
Right.
And of course, all that effectively is just a nice creamy mash.
Yes.
So you need something to bring it together.
So you just blend it till it's all
So now what you need to do is add a bit of flour, and the flour is going to make it nice and doughy, which is going to basically form the dough that we can then roll out.
And what? Just plain flour?
Just a plain flour, or you can use a pasta flour, double our flour. That's fine.
How long before I turn these? Or just keep them...
so they get a bit of colour. So you see the ones we've already done on the side there. Add those through. A little bit of flour in, and you just bind this through. Add that flour in. A little bit messy.
That's part of the fun, though.
It's always the fun, yeah. And then literally with the soup, all we do is, because we sauté that onion and the potato and the peas off, put them into a blender, which I've got over here. And basically we've just pre-done one. So now a little tip to keep your soups nice and green.
Yeah.
We're putting watercress in. So put watercress in at the end.
Okay.
And put it into your soup straight away early and cook it through. Okay.
Right.
And that way you're going to keep a nice colour. Same with spinach if you're doing a nice spinach soup. So you can
because
see
if you
now.
put that in too soon, it wilts and goes.
Yeah, it wilts and it goes off. And literally, spinach just needs a really easy little cooking. So you can see now I've got like a dough that's sort of formed together.
Yes.
And basically, I'm just sort of going to bind it together, just to knead it to bring here, like this. And then all we do, got a bit of excess flour, a little dusting of flour, and this is basically where you're just going to roll it out, just to create sort of like a nice sausage shape.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So you just roll it out, simple like this. If you could grab that for me, Rochelle, and just pour some of that into our little bowl there, ready to serve. And we've got that, that's already been warmed through and cut. And then literally all I would do is just get a knife and just take little cuts, and I create like little pillows.
Okay.
Yep.
Take this.
They go into boiling water.
Right.
As soon as they float,
here?
they're cooked. And you take them out and drain them. Yep, you can put those there. And then
straight into the pan.
And then you've got the pre-cooked ones there, which you've just fried off in that pan.
Okay.
Which is really simple and easy. Very done. So we can, those fried ones now, you can just pop straight off into that soup for me, Marvin. That'd be fun.
Straight into the soup?
Yep, straight into the top of the soup. So these are basically going on top of our soup.
Okay.
And then we're going to garnish it with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then we can dig in and have a look.
Right up my street, this.
Perfect. So just sort of dot it in. It's just a really nice, simple soup, but garnished with those lovely little toppings.
Beautiful.
Those beautifully fried there, Marvin.
Is that, they're all right, are they?
You've got some skills in the kitchen.
Oh, no, Marcus, I know. If only she knew.
Oh, dear.
Let's try this. Looks good. It's lovely.
Oh, beautiful.
Soup's lovely.
Wow.
How about the gnocchi?
And really nice and fresh,
that.
so you've got that sort of balance. And I suppose it's a nice way of doing something a little bit different rather than a crouton. You got your gnocchi on top and just binds everything together.
And that's just for starters?
Just for starters.
Lovely.
Brilliant.
All right. So what we're going to be making a bit later?
Oh, we've got a salmon, a side of sandwich we're roasting off, and a summer pudding.
Oh,
Beautiful.
good.
Sounds good to me.
And if you can't wait until then, because it looks gorgeous, you can see the recipes on our website now.
Straight after the break, meet the Irish man who's found 50 ways to kill his mammy, all in the name of entertainment, of course.
OK, good.
We'll see you after this quick break. Great. Yeah, welcome back. Now, she's an Irish mammy and he's her thrill-seeking son. Meet Nancy and Irish TV presenter Baz Ashmawy. They've been testing, well, Baz has been testing his mum to her limits, all in the name of entertainment, for a show called 50 Ways to Kill Your Mammy.
It's just brilliant, isn't it?
Baz, Nancy, this looks amazing.
Thank you.
Where did the idea start from, Baz, to do this show?
Well, at home I do kind of adventure, travel, comedy shows.
Right.
Yeah.
And Mum one day asked me would I do a skydive with her, and I was like, don't be soft in the head, you're too old to do a skydive. And she got the hump with me.
Did.
And
So?
then I kind of went home and I thought about it, and I thought, well, look, if she did want to do skydive, I've done them before, well, why wouldn't she do it with me? So I looked into it, and there was like, they had, these skydive centres had like a 95-year-old had done it, an 85-year-old had done it, and then the name came to me, and I was like, back to Nancy, and I was like, Mum, what if we went around the world and we did all the things that I've done and we did them together? And she was like...
Yeah, said, right, let's go. So when do we start?
Nancy, I tell you, you're fearless. You're a lot braver than I am, because I wouldn't jump out of the plane.
Oh, of course you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Of course.
Honestly.
But if you had the opportunity, would you? Like, if someone, I think you